Have you ever pondered over why the United States has failed to pay reparations to African Americans as per the legal obligations decreed by the courts? It's a perplexing question that unfolds a narrative intertwined with history, law, and politics. To comprehend it, we must first journey back in time to the birth of the nation itself. In late 18th century, America was a young nation, still defining its identity. Slavery was a crucial part of the economy, predominantly in the South. But as the years turned into decades, the moral and ethical implications of this dreadful institution began to cast a heavy shadow on the nation's collective conscience. Now you might ask, how is it that the U.S. government has enough funds to support millions of immigrants, but not for the citizens they supposedly owe, as per the law? Well, the answer lies in the intricate nature of governmental budget allocation and expenditure. The funds channeled towards immigration are typically categorized under humanitarian aid or economic support, aimed at fostering international relations and economic growth. However, the reparations owed to the African American community, which are essentially a form of compensation for historical injustices, are not treated with the same urgency or importance. It's a controversial issue, steeped in the depths of political maneuvering and legal intricacies, and one that continues to spark heated debates in the current socio-political climate. This led to the American Civil War in the mid-19th century, a brutal conflict fought largely over the issue of slavery. The North emerged victorious, and with the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, slavery was abolished. But this was only the beginning of the struggle for African Americans. In the aftermath of the war, the concept of reparations first came into being. General William T. Sherman issued Special Field Order No. 15, a military directive that promised 40 acres of land and a mule to each freed slave family. This was the first and only instance of reparations being officially sanctioned by the U.S. government. However, after President Lincoln's assassination, his successor Andrew Johnson reversed this order. The land was returned to its previous owners, and the promise of reparations was left unfulfilled. As the 20th century dawned, the idea of reparations gained traction once again. Various civil rights movements and influential figures such as Martin Luther King Jr. championed the cause. However, despite the growing support, no substantial legal progress was made. In the early 21st century, the issue of reparations is still a hotly debated topic. Various bills have been proposed in Congress, such as the H.R. 40 bill, which seeks to establish a commission to study and develop reparation proposals. However, none of these bills have yet been passed into law. So, why has the U.S. not paid reparations? The reasons are manifold. Firstly, there is the issue of who should pay and who should receive the reparations. Should it be the government, or should private institutions that benefited from slavery also contribute? And who exactly among the African American population should receive it? Secondly, there is a lack of consensus on what form these reparations should take. Should it be financial compensation, or perhaps funding for education and communities? Thirdly, the political will to push through such a monumental and controversial decision is lacking. Despite the moral argument for reparations, there is a significant portion of the population and politicians who oppose the idea, further complicating the path to reparations. In summary, the issue of reparations for African Americans is a complex one, steeped in history and controversy. The path from the promise of 40 acres and a mule to the present day has been fraught with challenges, and the journey is far from over. The reasons for the U.S.'s failure to fulfill its legal obligations towards reparations include disagreement over who should pay and receive, what form reparations should take, and a lack of political will. As we look to the future, the conversation continues, and perhaps one day a resolution will be found.